Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my July TBR. So I'm excited to jump into July and read some new books. I am only giving myself 5 books plus a graphic novel this month so that I can kind of relax a little bit and not feel too pressured to read like more than 5 books, which I think will be nice. Yeah, I'm just really looking forward to having like a very chill reading month. And I'm really excited for some of the things that I have picked for this month. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pick from my TBR jar, and we'll find out what that one book is going to be that I'm going to be reading from my blog books. So let's just do it. This one. Oh, there's 2 there. There we go. This one. Okay, let's find out. Oh god. Please be something. Oh, I ripped it. Please be something easy. And it says, I am a failure. So, yeah, I'm going to go find that book and we'll see what that is. So this is the book, I Am a Failure. So I'm going to read the back with you guys so we can like kind of figure out what this book is together because I have no idea. So it says, have you ever experienced failures in your life? Is your startup business facing a downturn? Is your dream partner telling you she hates you? Don't despair. Failure encages us all. Okay, this is already sounding interesting. A kill born with a plastic spoon in India was specifically designed for all failures life can bring. Growing up like everyone, the more he tried for success, the more he failed. Not until when he redefined his stupidity and started listening to his heart, his failures brought forth his keys to freedom and made him discover that failure encourages us all. This book is about his transformation from being a failure to the creator of the award-winning technique, The Art of Failure. It talks about his technique hidden in the form of an entertaining but true autobiographical story. It is helpful for everyone who wants to become a fearless failure warrior rather than being a usual success hunter. So I think this is nonfiction then. So yeah, I don't know. I don't read too many nonfictions. I'm curious to see what this is all about and see where it takes me. The next book I'm going to be reading is actually a buddy read with my friend Amanda from her Pacific Northwest Washington life. And we are going to be reading Charmcaster by Sebastian de Castell. I am super, super excited to jump back into this series because, as all of you know, I recently just read Shadow Black and adored that book. I thought it was so much fun and I really, really liked it. So I'm really excited to just jump back in and follow along with these characters and their journey that they're on and just see what happens next. I've been really excited to find out where they're going to go with this. So I'm really looking forward to this one. I also really like all the covers for this series. I like the UK covers as well, but I like how these covers have like, I don't know, it's like a mystical vibe to them, and then they all have like a solid, like really present color on all of them. So yeah, I just really like the design aesthetics of these covers, and I think they're really cool. But anyways, Amanda and I are super excited to read this and super excited to tell you what we thought of it. The next book I'm going to be reading is actually a book that was picked by my patrons, and so they were given the choice of choosing a genre for me to pick from, and so they chose historical fantasy, and that was very difficult to find a book for. I was searching for quite a while, but Marcus actually helped me pick this one out, and I think this one will be pretty interesting, and that is Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. Now, I don't really like gravitate towards classics, but if you throw a zombie twist into it, like I feel like I'll be in for that. I've never actually read Pride and Prejudice, so I don't even really know what this story is about. So I'm going into it for the first time with a zombie twist, and I'm okay with that. I think it's going to be really fun, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I mean, this cover alone is pulling me in, like the zombie chick on the front. Yeah, I want to read this. I think it'll be a fun time. But yeah, so this is my patron's choice book for me to read this month. The next book I'm going to read is called Watch Over Me by Nina LaCour, and this is on my eArc TBR for NetGalley. I've had this one for quite a while, and so I'm looking forward to jumping into this one. I'm going to read the description for you here. So it says, Mila is used to being alone. Maybe that's why she said yes. Yes to a second chance in this remote place among the flowers and the fog and the crash of the waves far below. But she hadn't known about the ghosts. Newly graduated from high school, Mila has aged out of the foster care system, so when she's offered a teaching job and a place to live on an isolated part of the Northern California coast, she immediately accepts. Maybe she will finally find a new home, a real home. The farm is a refuge, but it's also haunted by the past, and Mila's own memories are starting to rise to the surface. So yeah, I honestly don't know what to expect going into this book. I feel like it leaves it very open-ended with that synopsis, and it really could go down any path. And so yeah, I'm just excited to see what it has to offer. And I've heard that Nina LaCour's writing is very poetic and good, so I'm excited to kind of jump into that and see her writing style. Then the next book I'm going to be reading is called Interfaces, and this is actually a book tour that I will be hosting. So I'm going to be reading this book as well as a bunch of other booktubers and book bloggers. And this is a short sci-fi book. It's, I believe, below 200 pages. And yeah, I'm going to read a synopsis for you guys so you can get a little feeling of what this book is about. So it says, in the not-too-distant future, humans allow their minds to be synaptically connected to omnipresent quantum computers through converters that encode signals to match neural communications. While working on human-machine interaction, Professor Kin Poto suspects that quantum computer viruses can be transferred to humans. An audacious experiment finds the professor astonished and bewildered about the profound, uncharted behavior of the human mind. Circumstances of this newfound reality represent an entirely new environment for human consciousness, and provokes it to operate differently, unfolding further evolutionary potential. So I think that sounds really cool, and I'm really looking forward to this. I hope that everybody on the book tour enjoys it too. I feel like we'll have lots of different opinions on it, but I think that's really cool because then we have different opinions coming to the table, and I think that's great. I also think the author will be really excited to see what everybody thinks about their book. And yeah, so that tour is going to be happening from July 11th to the 17th. But I will be sharing posts about it on my Twitter too. So if you want to keep up to date with that book tour, then yeah, just follow along on Twitter. And then the last book I'm going to be reading is a graphic novel, and that is Sega Volume 7. It has been a long time coming for me to get back into the Sega series, and so I'm really excited to read Volume 7 and just have a blast. Every time I sit down with one of these graphic novels, I have such a great time, and I usually read them all in one sitting. So I'm really looking forward to just probably spending a Saturday morning with a nice cup of coffee, reading through this book and just having a great time. I just love how crude and vulgar these books are. You never know what you're getting into when you jump into these books, and so it's just so fun and exciting to get those different elements thrown at you in a graphic novel. And yeah, I think it's going to be a great time. And those are all the books that I'm going to be reading for July. I might read more if I finish all of those books, but usually I'm pretty on par with just completing my TBR or not quite completing my TBR by the end of the month. So yeah, if I do get finished all these books pretty early, then maybe I'll throw some more graphic novels on there for fun because I really enjoy the graphic novels as little palette cleansers. Or maybe I'll jump into the next Murderbot book. Who knows? Anyways, let me know in the comments down below what you're going to be reading this month, because I'm always excited to find out what everybody else is reading. And let me know if you've read any of these books that I just discussed right now. I want to know if you really liked them, if you didn't like them, so that I can get a feel for it before I go into it. And now for our independent bookstore shoutout. Okay guys, so today's independent bookstore shoutout is for Western Sky Books, and it is in Port Coquitlam, British Columbia. So this is their website. As you can see, they have lots of books available here. I saw at the top here they have Iron Widow, and that's a book that I talked about recently and I'm really excited to read, so that's very exciting. This bookstore also trades books for credit, so you can bring books into their bookstore and then you will have credit to use at the store. They also do book rentals, which is something I've never heard of before, but I read about it here, and they essentially rent books to people for photo shoots or anything like that where you want to use the books in something else. So yeah, you can come to them for that and find some great books from their store to use in a photo shoot or in a TV set or something like that. If you want just regular books, of course, you can go to their browse, and that opens up the section with all the books that they have available, and it's all filterable here, so you can find what you're looking for and see if they have it. But yeah, so that is westernsskybooks.com. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as a link to buy my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post some videos on Mondays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.